Welcome to episode 178 of the Radio Control Show, sponsored by amainhobbies.com, your one-stop RC hobby store.
We're here at West Coast RC Raceway in La Mirada, California with Airtronics product manager Craig Kaplan. Craig, we've got the new M12 radio here. Why don't you show us a little bit of the new features found in the new radio?
Well, Aaron, the M12 is a ground-up, brand new radio. It's got a whole new case, it's got whole new software. It has a 4-time faster processor used than what was used in the M11X. It also has a much faster latency, faster than any radio in history. The latency on this radio is 0.95 milliseconds. That is the fastest radio to production. But the radio, not only is it great for speed, but also ergonomics. It's very well balanced. It will include, in the box, it includes a drop down on it. It includes an angle adjustment. It includes 2 different size steering wheels for comfort. It also includes some trigger offsets, so you can move the trigger closer or further away for your finger. It also includes 3 different spring rates for the steering. That way you can get the steering to feel exactly how you want it. And in addition, you know, it's got the 3 different grips depending on your hand size, whether you want it or a thicker padding on it. And there's just tons of features on it, as well as 50 model memory compared to only, say, 30 model memory from what the M11X had. But it's also got twice as many features as the M11X.
And I noticed too, there's not a lot of buttons on the top of the radio now. You do everything with a scroll wheel. Exactly.
Yeah, we started using that on our MT4 radio and it turned out to work really well. Very simple. It's just a matter of selecting and then pushing down for your entry. Then you have a back button or a return button, and then you also have a little select button for left or right. So between the combination of those 3, you're able to do anything within the radio.
And this handle isn't just a handle, is it?
No, this handle actually includes 2 different antennas. This radio is capable of telemetry, and it also has the regular transmission antenna in it. So not only is it able to transmit, but also receive through the telemetry. And one of the neat things about this radio compared to others, you can bind this radio to another radio and have the telemetry read back to this radio from the other person's. So if somebody's using an MT4 radio, for instance, you can log all the telemetry data on this radio and then download it with a USB cable to your computer and send it off to them through an email.
Wow, so there are way more features in this M12 radio that we can cover in this video. For more on the Airtronics M12, check out the full review in the November 2012 issue of RC Car Action magazine. Thank you, Craig, for meeting with us today.
You're welcome. Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Biplanes and triplanes have been around since aviation first began. Today, there are many RC multi-wing aircraft from which to choose. From World War I and World War II fighters and trainers to aerobatic civilian bipes, there's something for everyone. This past weekend, Model Airplane News' Jerry Ayers attended his club's annual Big Biplane Bash, which has grown to be one of the most popular RC events in the Northeast. Let's check out what he found on the flight line.
Well, here at the Big Biplane Bash, there's always all sorts of airplanes here, and the one that really took everyone by surprise this year is a big, beautiful, giant-scale Fokker triplane. Now, we've got Ken Eckstein here, who is the pilot, and how you doing?
Very good, Jerry. Nice to see you again this year. And the airplane was Nick Zeroli plans, blown up to 45%. And it has a 3W150 engine in it. It's about, I don't know, 15 horsepower or something. The airplane's about 100 pounds of weight, and it flies very scale on the wing with that engine.
Excellent. And what's the wingspan on it?
Wingspan is 11 feet, 2 inches, something like that, the top wing.
Excellent. And what did you do for covering and paint?
It's fabric, and I use latex paint.
Excellent. Excellent. And how long did it take you to make it go from how you got it to when it was ready to fly?
Oh, I would say a couple months only.
Really?
Yeah. And
excellent. So there you go. It's the largest airplane here this weekend, and you have to see it fly. It's just one of the prettiest things you've ever seen.
And coming from Jerry, that's a real compliment, because he loves triplanes just like me.
There you go.
This week's question comes from Ron in Alberta, Canada. He writes, I'm having a problem with my Associated SC10 4x4. I keep stripping the gears out of the servo. I even tried a metal gear servo, but stripped that out also. Can you tell me how I could fix this?
It sounds like the problem might be with the vehicle itself rather than your servos. I would check and make sure that the servo saver is set to the proper settings from the manual and that it's not too tight. Beyond that, I would try disconnecting the servo from the steering arms and then operate the steering by hand and make sure that everything is free of binding that could be putting strain on the servo.
A-Main Hobbies, the biggest selection of remote control cars, trucks, planes, and helicopters. Want parts and accessories? A-Main Hobbies has what you need. Visit us at amainhobbies.com or call 800-705-2215. Get it all at A-Main Hobbies. Leave your competition in the dirt.
Eric Reichert of Radio Control Car Action was at the Vintage Off-Road Nationals held in Bethel, Connecticut last weekend. Let's take a look at some awesome old cars battling it out on the track. Which of these oldies can you recognize?
The two-wheel drive class is the largest by far at the Vintage Nats. Here you can see a couple RC10s, a Double X from Losi, and even a JRX Pro that won the two-wheel drive class this year. Check out these two beauties owned by Scott Puma. There's a Tamiya Blazing Blazer and a Cox Scorpion that he actually ran in the Classic class and won last year with. Pretty cool vehicles. The heavy metal class is always awesome to watch. You get tons of cars like these two here. The orange one is an MRC MT-04 and the green one is a Tamiya King Blackfoot. This is one tricked out RC10 owned by Joe Berlenbach of Connecticut. It's got all metal parts, aluminum rims, and everything is polished to a mirror shine. He even built this little car stand to show the underneath of it where he's got lights installed.
Do you love the smell of nitro in the morning? If so, whether you're a nitro beginner or an experienced veteran, the Ultimate Nitro Power Pack, featuring a full-color 200-page book and live instructional DVD, has all the answers to the most often asked nitro engine questions. Hosted by world champion Joel Johnson, it includes step-by-step lessons on braking in your engine, tuning for maximum power, building and adjusting your clutch, and rebuilding your engine. Buy the package and save an unbelievable $24. Get it now at AirAgeStore.com.
Head to your local hobby shop or newsstand for the November issues of Radio Control Car Action and Model Airplane News. Or get it now on AirAgeStore.com, iTunes, or BarnesandNoble.com. Thanks again for joining us on the Radio Control Show, and we'll see you next time.